everybody. Sorry, I got my freaking hat here that's constricting my head to death, so I can't barely think because no blood's flowing. What?
Turn the cup slightly. They can never see what that cup says. The black one in the front.
What's this one say? Oh, the Liberal Tears, Daily Wire's Liberal Tears. I didn't pay for it.
Are you streaming right now?
Because I know some of you don't like it, and I don't really care. I got it for free because my mom had it, and I like it because it's Liberal Tears and they taste good. All right.
Leftist tears.
Well, welcome to the show. It's a horrible show, a terrible show, absolutely the worst. You can ask anyone about it because we are a bunch of degenerates. We got a new degenerate in here with us today, too.
Temporary.
We're going to try and rush through like we have in the past. I got my poison. Looks like they've got their poison, so we're good to go. So, some weird stuff in the news that's been going around. But, you know, the pedos are at it again. They hijacked the trans movement, and now they're trying to make it normalized. Oh, this is terrible. So,
right,
come meet Seattle's pedophile rights group led by a non-binary transgender woman who is trans-race Japanese.
There's this one.
I mean, I gotta give them credit. They want to offend as many people as possible. They are doing it right. I mean, offending the Japanese, which you don't want to do. I mean, we offended the Japanese and what happened in World War II. And now it's just over trade, not cultural appropriation.
So we sort of said no more oil for you, and they said that's not fair. So.
Yeah, pretty much. So there's a lot of that crap going on. This is actually interesting. Interesting though. I mean, we can scroll through that so you can just see it. If you guys notice anything you think is interesting, you can go ahead and point it out. But I noticed it was a while back. A few years back, I think it was during the first Trump administration.
It was the maps.
Yeah, when they branded themselves as maps, but then they tried to get themselves included on the flag, and then they got kicked out. But then people didn't realize when they got kicked out, they kind of just went under the table, and they kind of hijacked the movement pretty much, the people who were doing it. And so then all of a sudden you start getting them pushing this in. That's when it really started getting pushed on kids in schools and stuff.
Well, they have their own flag too and all that bullcrap. And then if you look at most of the time when you get like someone who's arrested and they're like transgender or something like that, they're being arrested for child sex stuff at the same time. So it's like a good chunk of them are hiding underneath those curtains.
Yeah, and then you wonder why all of a sudden you hear about these dads like. I think I had an article or something slated to talk about the dad who just recently apparently blocked a transgender person from going into the girls' bathroom while his daughter was in there.
He got arrested.
That's
the article I sent to you.
Yeah, but the thing is, everything I looked up for it...
stage?
I don't know. That's the everything I looked up for it was freaking AI. It's like everything said that it happened, but then like the videos I would see of it were all AI videos of what basically happened. There was nothing that I could find that was actually
but
original
all the news,
source.
It was on Fox News.
I'm really worried
to check
with that
Fox
one.
News because I really hate the way Fox News organizes their website. So I just avoid
Fox
them.
News just sucks in general.
Yeah,
but that's my biggest concern about AI right now. Is like with the that guy that got shot up in Minnesota. Everyone's like, "Oh my goodness!" And here's footage, and then one of the things that people are pushing a lot, it turns out it's AI. Like you look closely, and one of the guys is missing a head, and the next day a picture from that screenshot is in Congress being presented by a senator as evidence of. It's like this. My concern with all this crap is you want an article.
Was it Ryan or Daniel Preddy?
I don't remember who.
The Preddy shooting, yeah. No, we talked about that and we showed it where it's like this. The one hand of Preddy was absolutely demented looking.
Yeah.
And that was the hand that was holding the phone because the freaking AI couldn't really understand what he was doing with his hand when he was holding the phone. And then, one ICE agent kneeling, one of his legs was just like a bionic leg. And then of course he was missing his head, as you mentioned too. It's like, okay, this is weird.
I've seen that with these. I've seen that a lot starting to pop with these kinds of articles where you read it and you're like, oh dang, and then you start digging and it's like, this is AI or it's from a fake account or it's from it's just. AI
can be a great tool, but that's the thing is it's What was it? The prophet of the church. I think was it one of the prophets or the apostles that talked about AI and being careful and using the spirit.
Oh, come on! It was the elder, the Asian one.
I can't remember his name.
Well, I can't. I can see him.
Gong?
Elder Gong.
Elder
I'm pretty
Gong.
sure it was Elder Gong who talked about it.
Yeah.
Because he started off his talk about his son using AI to make write a talk using in the style of him.
Yeah, your AI
like
cannot replace spirituality.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
But I think there's been 2 or 3 of them that have, but that one, yeah.
That's the thing, AI is not a bad tool, but we can't let it replace the human touch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And that's the other thing, is like AI, it's like it's going enhancing these photos, but that's the problem with even man-enhanced photos, is you're getting an interpretation of what the person's seeing.
Good too. You seen his stuff?
Nope, and I don't like
it's freaking
to, so.
funny.
Yeah.
I haven't seen all. What's up, John?
A lot of no. Nope. I won't get into it.
That's all right.
A lot of people are racist and disagree with some of the things that happened, and you know what? Yeah, we can just leave it at that. So
It's a fine line between facts and fiction these days. So
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and hit up that next article, Ben.
Do you want to touch any of this? So, you want to be interested in children and pedophilia, but they actually have more in this.
What is it?
Let's see.
There are technically different classifications. Pedophilia is like for basically infants and toddlers, but there are different classifications when they're older. Let's be honest. If you're debating what those classifications are, you're likely one of them.
Right there, Kyle. All of this.
this is all just messed up.
This is stuff that the Jews would have stoned you for a few thousand years ago.
Not just the Jews, like any Christian back then.
Not even any Christian, any freaking culture.
Yeah.
This
except
one's red.
Islam.
Did you see what they're also trying to put into their group?
Necrophilia.
Mm-hmm. They're trying. That's part of their stuff.
It is literally Sodom and Gomorrah level crap.
Let's give Sodom and Gomorrah some credit. They probably weren't that bad.
It's pretty messed up. It's
messed up.
Yeah, here's this one.
Because here's the thing. Sodom and Gomorrah, they never actually went in and raped anybody when there was Lot there. They just kept requesting it. They respected the individual choice, at least, to a degree.
This is for you, Kyle.
If pedophilia is just a sexuality, then burying them all is just gardening. Oh, that's so bad. You gotta be careful with what you read out loud online right there. Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Let's go ahead and get to the next article. Let's get off this freaky, creepy stuff.
Yeah,
I want some happy news, bro.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of subject.
Well, this is funny.
It's too real, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where you just don't have to worry about it. But
that's why you cram it up at the front, and
Yeah.
then you get to the nicest stuff at the back. Like I always put church news at the end because it's almost always happy.
I'll just say that if anyone ever touched my kid, there's a bullet with their name on it, no matter what. So,
all mine just say "to whom it may concern."
Yes.
That way, just in case I don't have time to engrave it. All right.
Anywho,
see this recent thing?
Finding 5 forms of ID to shovel snow.
Snow.
And they're complaining about ID to vote.
He's asking for volunteers to shovel snow, but you have to bring ID.
Okay, I get it 2 forms, but how many? 5 forms? Holy crap.
Yeah, what is all this stuff here?
So, daughters of Irishmen held by ICE say
Didn't we talk
father
about that?
abandoned them. What? Yeah, daughter of Irishmen held by ICE say father abandoned them and should return to face drug charges.
Oh, that's a beautiful sight.
I know, those airplanes. Scroll on down, babe. Let's get into this. So these 2 girls are twins. They were about 18 months old when their father abandoned them.
It's funny.
Came to the United States, overstayed a visa.
And he's been here, and they want him returned to face charges of abandonment. It's
that's pretty sick.
And they're almost 19.
Yeah.
So he ditched when they were 1.5 years old.
Yeah. So they've gone
Crappy
pretty
father.
viral over this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all for it. Deport him, send him back to face his daughters, which is probably worse than facing the law in Ireland, because apparently some Irish diplomats are saying that they'll fight for him to be able to stay in America. And it's like, well, I guess to be fair,
What's with the Irish recently?
He is a criminal, so it's like they don't want him back.
Well, it's like, it was like a month ago where there was some a Russian tanker where the captain and his first officer seeked asylum from the U.S. military in Irishmen from Ireland.
You mean in Dublin?
Yeah, in Dublin. In the middle of the night, we took our military went and took them out
You
and
have to
stuff. And then the
understand-
Irish are like, "Oh my gosh, you hate it. What's with this?"
Dublin is aligned with England. The rest of the Ireland does not think like Dublin.
Okay, because I'm just like,
So you
I'm
have-
seeing stuff like
You
this.
have
And it's like, bro,
So
Northern
you
Ireland,
have
you have
Northern Ireland, which consists of Dublin, and the rest. The English, a long time ago, went and invaded. Ireland kicked them out, but they stayed in the northern part of Ireland.
okay.
A nice little chunk.
And so that is what a lot of people, when you hear that the Irish are just lame and boring, is it's the English Irish.
That's also kind of part of the whole thing with England leaving the EU like it did, how it wouldn't really affect immigration that much, because they still have an agreement individually with Ireland to allow the Irish of Northern Ireland and the rest of Ireland to go back and forth freely.
Okay.
And so it's like if people just get from the EU, immigrate into Ireland, they can still get into England anyways, just because of the effectively open border over there.
Okay.
What's this next article?
Yeah, let's hit up the next article. These girls, I really hope they get their dad back.
Yeah, I support them.
Kyle,
What?
but you're missing the funny part.
Oh, so is that the douchebag there? Yeah, that's the douchebag there, by the way.
But you're missing the interesting part is he was supposed to go back to Ireland, but he took steps to not go back.
Oh.
He is fighting the step.
That is something I remember reading in this article. So he actually he's complaining about how bad of conditions he has there at the ICE facility in Texas he's being held in. But then he's completely like not even talking about the fact that he can choose to go back to Ireland at any point. The only reason they're holding him there is because he says he does not want to go back to Ireland. So we are respecting his choice to stay here and fight this, when he can just say, yeah, I'll go back to Ireland, they can have him there the next day.
But he may not also want to go back because what about all of the child support? He never paid a single cent. They might get him.
Well, I don't know how the Irish do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
what's his career here? Like,
I don't know. How do
trophies,
the Irish pay child support? Do they pay it in currency, or do they pay it in liquor?
He runs a construction company. So is his construction company even legal?
His construction company is probably illegal. It's probably all set up correctly.
Underneath his wife.
It could be even underneath him, because they may not actually require proof of citizenship for him to set up a business.
Dang.
But yeah, let's go ahead and hit up that next article, babe.
That's the wife.
No, that's him and his dogs.
The babies he needs to return to, and his wife has raised, I think, roughly $30,000 for legal fees so he can get home to his babies.
Yeah, his dogs are named Caesar and Cleopatra, about as pretentious as you can get.
Dadgum.
Yeah, kick him out. We don't want the Irish. The only thing they were ever good for were our cops and firefighters back in the day. All right, let's get to that next article. House overrides veto. Bathroom bill that limits access to Kansas facilities will become law. So, good news here, at least. Kansas. They passed a bill to ban trannies, basically, from going into other bathrooms.
Correction, they override the governor.
I know. They passed a bill. It went to the governor. The governor vetoed it. And now they did a veto override vote, and it passed. So they are forcing that right into law.
Good.
I know, right?
I watch them turn around and try and doing that right away.
Mm-hmm. But hey, I mean, at least the nice thing is, it's like they're at least trying to support the safety of women in their bathrooms.
Yeah, Kansas is a conundrum. Like, one minute they do a lot of really good conservative things, and then the entire abortion thing that happened, where they voted pro-choice when they were trying to pass those bills that made it so it was harder to get an abortion. So it's interesting to see how They keep jumping back and forth.
Huh?
So
you're just
I'm
distracted
just tired,
today.
dude.
Yeah, you're just distracted today and tired.
I'm exhausted.
I'm sorry.
And I'm tired of just negative news. I'm just done with it.
You know, there's a lot of negative news. There's also
just
some
the
positive
world
news,
just
though.
Needs to suck it up, and we need to just be nice to each other, and everybody crack open a Mountain Dew and just be happy.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and...
It invalidates documents that were issued to transgender people.
Ooh.
Even better.
Interesting.
So they got their gender changed on their driver's license and whatnot. It's now invalid, so they have to get that fixed.
Interesting.
And people are against it. Causing hateful stereotypes.
I'm sorry if it seems like I'm not that prepared today. I wasn't, because I did not get much time. I was busy this whole week quite a bit. Well, yeah. No, this is good news, though,
I
in
haven't
general.
done anything because I was, like, not focused on that
No,
today.
you're right. Let's go ahead and skip this next article, babe. Go right to
What
the
is
Florida
this?
article,
Just-
especially since we have a Florida man here.
But you guys want to know?
So,
Iran has students protesting.
yeah, protests in Iran have started up again since the deadly crackdown.
Heck yeah.
But let's go to Florida.
And this article has numbers of possibly who's died.
Okay.
If they're interested.
Yeah, let's get to Florida. Florida House advances bill that will clear most home property taxes, which, if approved, will take effect in 2027. From what I understand, that's actually not completely true.
Right here.
So there you go.
They were so another thing they're trying to do is aim it at like the retired people, because there's a lot of retired people that live in Florida, and they're trying to make it be like, dude, you're retired, and you own your home, you shouldn't be paying taxes.
I 100% agree.
So
yeah, no, it needs to get away.
Well, it should be for everybody, but at least
general,
the retired, least the retired people
should not have to pay taxes,
or people like 50 and older shouldn't have to pay property tax on a house.
Yeah, in general, everyone should not have property taxes. But that's the thing, is sometimes you just can't get everyone to agree to get rid of all of it at once. And so you just have to do it incrementally. And so if you can at least do something, it's better than absolutely nothing. So it's like, it sucks it's not getting rid of all property taxes in the state.
and we'll see what happens,
because
this next race that's coming up, there's a couple really good options, but there's one that's really extreme. I don't know how I feel about him.
Keep
I
my
like
thoughts
him.
to myself about what that guy just said.
Which guy?
Hooper R. Trinity
Oh.
said the Senate cared about doing what's right.
Okay. What's right would have been getting rid of all property taxes.
Yeah.
So
he says he's worried about the physically constrained counties that would be hardest hit because of the reduced tax revenue.
Yeah, but
That's what he's meaning.
DeSantis is like revamped the entire income of the state.
I don't know if they've heard of this, but there is the option to do volunteer positions for a lot of your government operations.
You also don't need $120,000 a year.
And hey, it's like, here's the thing. It's like, you don't have to pay some of your superintendents at the schools $400,000 a year or more. You don't have to. You can lower their pay. They're not that important.
This is what they're worried about. The proposals projected to cost the cities $14.8 billion a year.
BS.
Okay, first of all, if it costs $14.8 billion a year, how the hell are they even getting that much money in the first place? That is absolutely absurd.
You know their taxes are not equaling that much, so where are they pulling that
Where
number?
the hell is that money coming from? And where the hell is that money going if they are getting that?
They aren't getting that. There's no
way. You've been in Florida
in...
now. Do your roads look perfect down there?
Oh, no.
So where is that money going?
Florida sucks at infrastructure, but it's also because it's land restricted like none other. A lot of the cities have used up all the land that they have, and they can't grow out anymore.
They can't grow out anymore.
Yeah, so they're sort of stuck where they're at. But their buses are terrible.
But then you're also limited too, because there's so much swampland there. How can you? It's not necessarily whether or not you are allowed to use it. It's like, how do you use it?
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, they have some really beautiful areas and stuff. It's just that when you go to the big cities, depending on the city you go to, like I'm near St. Petersburg, so like it's got issues.
Yeah.
So
it's like I got family that's from Louisiana. When we go there, it's like there's so much swamp that there's actually just a lot of bridges like everywhere.
Yeah,
like
bridges are expensive.
You're just going up above the canopy in places and then just driving because it's just like that bad. They're just like get them out of it, get traffic out of that area, pretty much.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I don't know. The next guy who's running, there's a couple people running to take DeSantis' position. One's he's really conservative, but he's also aggressive conservative. He wants to use the National Guard to clean all the homeless up off the streets and get them into residence homes and stuff like that on day one. And I'm like, that's a bit aggressive.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. A lot of this stuff is talk.
The thing is, the homeless issue the problem is it's never truly going to go away. Because the thing is, you can clean it up and whatnot, but then they'll still be homeless. And there's a lot of them that are homeless by choice.
Yeah.
Who are fully competent people. It's just their choice. That's how they decided to live. Some of them have made bad choices, but they need a little bit of help to get back up on their feet, and that's it. And then they can go on their own. But then there's just a whole bunch of it where it's just emptied mental institutions from a long time ago, and they're just they can't support themselves. And at that point, you got to ask: do you just put them in a home, or do you create a mental institution again? Which we had problems with that. That's why we got rid of them. So it's like
yeah, no, I don't think there's a true good answer in that department.
There's really no true good answer until the second coming happens, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Well, you have to question, will they do the same thing with those people if they get sent to a temporary home and no one claims them, no one pays for them? Are they going to get kicked out like the various people you've heard in the hospitals? They just get dropped on the street. They don't care if it's raining or snowing, and they find an elderly dead person on the side of the road.
Well, I mean, that's pretty common in New York because it actually gets cold there, and that happens. And it's like that thing. The hospitals they can't just keep putting money into a person that they're not getting paid for because it costs them a lot of money, and they've got other people they got to take care of.
But some of them they don't even notify family. They just take them and drop them off somewhere in the hospital.
And they're not notifying family or at least notifying someone. I mean, that's wrong. They should be at least notifying someone. Whether it's family or social workers or something, like they should at least be notifying someone.
Well, there's some people that choose to be homeless. Like there's a guy that I worked with at my job that he's actually, you can find him on, there's like an article about him where he left his life. He made it to a certain went to America's Got Talented, made a certain point and stuff like that, and then just decided he wanted to live in the forest. And he went for 5 years as a homeless man, lived in the forest. And there's an article about him deciding to rejoin society, coming back and getting a job and all that. It's just, some people just choose to go homeless. You know?
Some people do. That's what I
could.
mentioned that.
It would be nice sometimes just wash yourself of all responsibilities. And just,
dude.
Maybe that's why being nomadic was so popular so many generations ago.
I mean, there were a lot of groups.
Get some of my favorite music and
a solar panel.
And just listen to my music.
But with the people getting dropped off,
except I'd actually take a bath.
That happened to a young man in Phoenix. They dropped him off from a facility on the hottest day in the summer. He had a stroke, so he couldn't communicate very well. And they just told the dad later on, he got dropped off near a homeless shelter. The dad arrives, they're trying to do CPR on him. The paramedics, and he's dead. They didn't give him to his parents. That's what
that's where those people should actually be investigated and charged. If there's family for people who do care about that person, they should not just be releasing them without at least contacting next of kin.
And it can't be like California where they get all this money for homeless programs and they just pocket a good chunk of it.
No, seriously.
Well, that's an article we didn't cover. They've been caught throwing away food in California.
Oh, yeah.
Supposed to be going to homeless, and they actually watched one of the crews.
They tailed some of their people, following them around. They watched them go around by all these homeless people they were supposed to be giving the food for on their route. And then they catch them on camera or whatever, catch them freaking dumping the food in dumpsters.
At the end of the
day.
And
it's just like and who knows how long that had been going on before they finally decided to look into it and actually caught it. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Some of them were actually doing what they're supposed to do, but there were others that spend hours just going to various stores and then just throw it away like they did their route for the day.
That's messed up.
Yeah, it's sad. It's like you're just literally wasting food at that point.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. All right, let's go ahead and hit up that next article, babe. So, Utah Valley University continued to deny requests for documents on Charlie Kirk shooting.
Why?
They because it's probably self-incriminating. It probably is incriminating to them that
they know they screwed up.
They know they screwed up. Then
Yeah.
they probably don't want people to see how badly they screwed up.
Yeah.
So,
That's probably what it is. It's getting ridiculous it's ridiculous that this is even a debate or even a discussion that's been going on.
Well, UVU is just two-faced anyway. Like a lot of the professors there are extremists, and they actually don't care about what happened to him.
Yeah.
So it's
Scroll
really
down.
it's just messed up.
It's funny.
Oh.
'Cause
Scroll down,
I was
please.
going to UVU as well, and
you scroll down?
my English teacher. English is normally a very liberal department. My English teacher, she had given us a bunch of assignments, and one of the assignments that was given to us during the year was pick a subject that you disagree with, and write a paper supporting that. So basically, take the opposite position of what you believe and argue in favor of that position.
They knew they knew everything.
It's a really good writing exercise, a
Can you
really
scroll
good thought
down?
exercise.
Sorry, I'm trying to read
You're
this.
good. So while there, I chose homosexuality, which basically outs me as being against homosexuality. So it's like very, very risky and liberal, but I was naive at the time that this was a rather liberal university. And so I argued in favor of it on a scientific saying, oh, well, they're probably actually just kind of, it's a genetic code that's being switched on because they might be experimenting with new genes, and that's made to prevent them
scroll
from
down a
passing
little
on a
bit?
potentially
Sorry.
bad gene. It was actually really well written. I actually went into cross-species
they did.
genetics and wrote about cross-species genetics in it. And then she brought it to me, and it had like a B+ on it. She was really hard on me. She loved me. And she told me, by the way, if you had given this paper to any other teacher here, they would have failed you immediately just because this outs you as being against gays.
Dang.
And that's when she told me that's when I'm like, I think I'm gonna get out if that's what the school's gonna be like.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided
When
to
I
drop
came
out.
home from my mission and I was looking at going to aerospace engineering and stuff like that, I looked at a couple of those schools and I was like, look, I don't want to spend like 2 years of my college being being told I have to write stories about this and bullcrap, things that I don't believe in, just so I can finally start going to school about the degree I want to go into.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just go into trades, and I'm still going to aviation, but still, like,
Yeah.
it's not worth it. I don't want my money going to those programs.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
look, now you send your daughter, your young, beautiful daughter to college, and then she comes back, butch, all her hair chopped off, freaking tattoos all over, and she decided she's now one of those freaks that likes children. It's just
But
you can't trust these universities with your kids. They're supposed to educate them, not freaking indoctrinate them.
But going back to this Charlie Kirk thing, it's like they knew, like they're supposed to have security, and they chose a fishbowl for him to hold his event.
Well, to be fair, I mean, have you
Like-
gone to UVU?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's like that's actually a great spot for it.
it is a great spot, but
Just
it's a
because
fishbowl.
of the geography of it. But the problem, though, I was on the Timcast Discord server with some guys. I had mentioned to them the problem with the university is because it's on a slope like that. The whole university is basically like a sniper's paradise.
But they have an auditorium,
They do have an auditorium. It could have
and
been
they
done
haven't
in.
told
But
anyone.
to be fair, though, Charlie does prefer his events outside.
Which, I agree with, but they know it's a fishbowl. They should have had security.
They should have.
And whether they did that on
it's not
purpose or an
just-
accident, it doesn't matter. It's like it should have been there.
It's not just UVU, it's also Charlie's own security. Should have double checked all of
And
those
Orm.
details.
Yeah. Well, did you guys?
And
I don't
City
know.
Farm.
It was either
Yeah.
this week or last week this happened. But there was a group that's similar to what Charlie Kirk's doing at UVU, and some guy started I'm gonna shoot you, yelling at them. And he got arrested on spot for threatening to kill. But that's another student, same school, threatening to kill another person out there doing.
Yeah,
Face-to-face
UVU,
stuff.
it's really sad because I do love the University of UVU. I love the campus.
They used to be great.
They used to be
really
great,
good.
but yeah, they've got serious problems now. They
Yeah.
I
really
remember
do.
going there with my dad
I don't like
when he
their.
was in school. I used to go with my dad when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
So
I don't like their
Natalie-
president of the church, of their
University.
university. Yeah, because so I went to MTech and got my degree from there. But MTech has a degree with UVU, where some of their funding comes from UVU, and they
Okay.
also do like a split program. And so when we did graduation, the person that got the valedictorian presidential person that spoke to represent the school, they let the president of UVU, and she spent 30 minutes talking about how awesome she was and all of her accomplishments and all this stuff, and how she's worked for Microsoft and this, and she speaks like 12 languages and
Just
was in
absolutely
Japan for
full
12
of
years.
herself.
Yeah, just all this stuff, and then at the end she's like, and you're going into the world and you're going to change, and I was like, woman, I don't care about... I'm only here because my wife made me be here in the first place. I'm in the blue collar, and everything you just said is bullcrap.
Yeah.
So,
Just
like,
absolutely full of herself crap. Pretty much.
and so
Gosh, man.
she's already on the fluffy side.
Ugh.
And so when she's the president of UVU, it reflects.
What's
So.
this thing? Is
This
this,
is the thing I've
the
mentioned.
next article says Nephi. I'm assuming it's about the data center that they're putting there.
No, actually, but this is the thing about it is like people often say absolute power corrupts absolutely, and I've always disagreed with that. And the reason I disagreed with that is
It
I don't
brings out the
think
corruptness already in
it
you.
actually corrupts them. I think it just allows them to take the corruption they do have and spread it
It
and
brings
push
it out.
it out there. It doesn't really make them corrupt. It reveals the corruption already within them. And because that thing is, you get people with just tons of power, and they actually do really good things with it, or at least they do try to do good things. It's like Elon Musk, like, he's got problems, but he does in many aspects. He is actually trying to do some good things too. But he's not perfect. He's not trying to push bad things. He wants to push good things.
I should have not said that.
And I would say he is in some ways. I mean, I think Tesla's pretty cool. I think SpaceX is pretty cool. And then he's also agrees with us on not all issues, but there are many issues he agrees with us on. So, all right, let's go ahead and hit up that next article, Nephi, babe. So this is into Utah, so you don't want to pay attention to Utah. That's fine. Get out of here. Nephi homeowners file lawsuit against realtors and local companies citing structural damage to new homes.
Have you seen the new construction?
It is
crap, dude.
absolutely terrible. Utah did this massive push for just absolute tons of new housing developments, and they are dog shit.
And these are from November 22 to December 23.
Oh, they built those homes on the edge of the point of the mountain that started falling off the face of the mountain. Like,
And up there in Oak Ridge, too.
Yeah.
and they got cracks all over them. They're just... And they think that that's okay.
Yeah, it's
interesting.
terrible.
I know they're getting ready. They're putting a data center down there, too, and that's going to affect the homes.
That's going to affect their energy prices down in that area
It's
and
gonna-
here.
And here.
But that's one thing that is being pushed. Is it Utah's pushing it or Trump that's pushing? I think Trump might be pushing having
Homeowner, the construction companies
having data centers produce their own power as
Trump's
well.
pushing the...
Trump's pushing
Trump
that.
don't push it. He says it's required.
Or pay for
That
their own
if you
power,
build,
not
yeah,
us.
if they build a data center, they have to build a power station with it.
I don't
Okay,
get
They're
why
supposed
we
because their
would have to pay
requirements for
it.
power are
Yeah,
so
we
high.
shouldn't pay for any of it.
Yeah, because that's the problem. They
Business
require
land.
so much power, it's causing all of our power bills to
that's
skyrocket.
probably why they're bringing that nuclear facility.
Did you see how they brought that into Utah?
Which one?
You know, that's
talking about-
something. That's something.
The
I
one that
forgot
they
to
just
ask.
dropped. The one they
Yeah,
just
there's
dropped
one they
in
just-
Yeah, let's go ahead
Monday.
and get
Yeah, the
past
one they-
this.
they flew in.
They flew in on
Yeah,
a
they flew in a
C-47.
Yeah.
And it was
the
the
nuclear
coolest.
reactor brought to Utah.
It was
Yeah.
don't
one
care
of the
about this
two.
article.
No,
They
the
brought two.
military brought
I
one
don't
in.
care if it's one or two.
It's-
Just
it fits in
nuclear
a C-
reactors brought to Utah.
Like, if I saw that and I was like, dude,
They brought it in a
Whoa.
C-47, bro, and dropped it off at Hill Air Force
Yeah.
Base.
yep, just to prove that they could do it.
Yeah, you want to know why?
Hmm.
They're
Images?
Yeah,
they're
go to
trying
images.
to get it to where
That's an image
right
of it
there,
there.
right there.
Scroll down. No, scroll down. There's better images where it
Right.
just barely
So,
came out of the
they
aircraft.
wanna power
Scroll
all
down.
of
Keep
the-
scrolling. I'll tell you when to stop if I see it.
it's up
Keep
top.
going. Keep going. No, there was a different photo that
There's
I
better
seen.
pictures than this.
So here's the thing. They
Dude,
dropped it-
portable nuclear reactor brought in by Air Force.
Yeah, do you want to know why they brought it?
What?
They want all the military bases powered by small mini
Yeah,
nuclear
they should.
reactors.
Oh,
They
really?
Literally,
Really?
you can drop
Because
it
Trump-
in. You can drop it in, get the whole base operational in like 5-6
That's
hours.
right there.
Yeah, those are
Like-
some good photos. Scroll down real quick.
Is the whole point is to make it so it is
I mean, that's the one there on the
completely-
right that I saw initially.
You don't realize how safe these
this
are.
and that.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing is Trump's wanting this because he said the biggest concern, and I think it's Pete Hegseth that actually said this. The biggest concern that they have is that most of our bases are dependent upon diesel fuel, and because
And
they're
this
dependent
would
upon
be-
diesel
boom.
fuel, all the enemy has to do is just block off that shipment, and you're done. Or you
No,
fly in a
that's-
nuclear
You fly
power
in a
plant.
nuclear power plant and you're
Well,
just
no,
like,
yeah.
The thing is, a lot of our ships have been like that's the thing. We have a nuclear navy for the most part. Lots of our ships do run off of diesel, but the most important ships are nuclear
It's
submarines,
super cool.
Yeah.
our nuclear aircraft carriers. They're all nuclear because they don't need to be refueled, except maybe in 200 years when it's already obsolete anyways.
Yeah.
And it's like
They're
it's
powered by like plasma or something.
Well, and nuclear power is not as dangerous as people. It used to be dangerous.
It used
but they
to be
can
risky,
actually
but
use.
yeah.
There's a different type of plutonium. I don't remember the actual technical name, but it's already irradiated to.
Mm-hmm.
It's already like at a half life to where it's not as dangerous, and so it's almost like it's just hot enough to boil water, which is all they need.
well, the thing is,
and it's
though,
safe, and it
the
doesn't
thing is,
degrade. So it's just
the grade of it doesn't really matter because the
Yeah.
thing is, nuclear waste, as we call it nowadays here in the U.S., is man-made. It's artificial. There's no such thing as nuclear waste. Because France, what happens in the process, from what I understand, is as you keep using it, it gets more and more refined because the bad materials get cooked off. Mm-hmm. And eventually it becomes weapons grade. But France, from what I understand, they just keep using it. And so then there's no waste because they just
there's
use it
nothing
until
left.
it's out.
There's no point. Yeah.
And so it's just like, why
That's
are we
neat.
doing
Bada
that?
boom,
Why?
America.
Especially
All the way,
the
bro.
thing is, especially when you're talking about with now the new nuclear reactors, they're not unsafe. They got multiple fail safes built into them. They're very well built. Why
I
not
just think it's
just
super
upgrade
cool.
our facilities and then get rid of nuclear waste entirely? Because now all of it we can just keep using it.
Isn't that just so freaking cool?
Oh, it's freaking
yeah.
awesome.
On a C-17, just like boom, here's a freaking
Yeah.
nuclear
And
reactor, fool.
The other thing is it doesn't even fill the whole thing. They could probably fit 4 more in there.
They
Like,
probably could,
Yeah.
maybe
You know?
1 or 2. No, it's big.
That thing
You've
would
seen,
look- hey,
have you
you
seen?
put
You
that-
know how big a
John?
C-17
Yeah.
is.
No, John, put that in a frickin' C5 Galaxy. It'd look like a grain of sand. But that could, right there, that thing alone, if they really ramped it up, it could probably power half of Utah if they tried.
Oh, and then also think about it, is they're trying to push aviation into electrical.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a miniature electrical reactor like that in military grade
Halo.
electrical airplanes, you have 24/7 flight.
If I remember
Like,
correctly, Halo. That's what they did. They figured out a special drive that doesn't require fuel, and they were
from
good
what
to go.
I do understand, is they do actually have closed system reactors now, where what happens is it traps all the steam, condenses it back down, so then you don't have any water
Yeah.
waste, or at least near zero water waste, which is freaking awesome. I mean, that's nice because that eliminates a lot of water waste and the demand for how much water is needed. It also eliminates needing to pipeline a ton of water there to it, or have it on a reservoir on a frickin' lake or the side of a lake.
Yeah.
So like it makes them more what's the word for it? Versatile,
Efficient.
where you can place them, because their water demands aren't nearly as
Well,
high.
that's where I guess I need to do more research about these data centers, but everyone's freaking out about the water usage that they take. But aren't data centers enclosed water systems?
I don't know. Now, to be
Wouldn't you
fair,
think-
the initial water cost is a lot.
Yeah,
you gotta
because you gotta fill it. But once it's filled,
I don't know.
like obviously you have to top it off over time. But wouldn't you
That's-
think it's a consistent?
That's a good
enclosed
question.
system?
I don't know if they're an enclosed system like that. I would
So-
hope they are. It would make sense
It would
because it would
make sense
reduce
to
their
me.
cost.
I like what Elon announced last week. He said that by the 2036, he plans on having orbital data centers.
Oh, I've heard
Oh,
about that.
fantastic.
So
yeah.
they don't require the heat processing. They use solar panels, so you don't have to have the power plants, and they're like super fast, super efficient using Starlink.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
But that's the thing Elon's been doing. He's like, we need this, so he just goes and builds it himself.
yeah. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and hit up some of these other articles. Next one.
I hope the people in Nephi win their
Scroll to the
lawsuit.
top. I guess if we didn't go back to the top, Trump says he wants to make the Great Salt Lake great again.
Hey, you know what? I was actually talking to my dad on the way down from the airport about this because when we flew in and we were flying over the Great Salt Lake, it's low.
It is
like
really
it's
low.
bad.
Ready? You ready? You want to know why it's low? Because we keep building more homes
Yeah.
and diverting the natural water that
Away
should
from
go
the Great
into
Salt.
it.
Well,
And then we wonder where all the water goes.
yeah. Well, here's the other thing: is that Utah, we sell a lot of water
To California.
to California, Nevada, and like Las Vegas. A lot of their fountains is our water.
Yeah,
And
and the problem, yeah,
We
that's
complain.
the
Yeah, we complain about not having water, and then we turn around and pipe it out. Now, I think that
to
the
a degree,
state,
we don't. It's not all of it because you have to remember, not all of our water goes straight down
Yeah.
to the Colorado River
Uh-huh.
and then down to
well,
Cali.
we have pipelines.
Well, yeah, but that's a whole other question. Is the pipeline issue? It's just
Yeah.
like maybe we shouldn't. Be
I don't pay
piping
for
it to 'em.
California's power bill or water bill. They can
Well,
go.
To
and
be
so
fair,
this is my
California
personal-
pays us for their power bill because a lot of their power is generated here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's Delta.
But-
I think 100% of the power generated in
Not
Delta.
anymore.
No.
No.
They cut
we
'em
cut
off?
that. We cut, I believe, a year ago.
Is that why
you
the
might correct me.
brownouts increased?
is because I think the
No, that was just a poop map.
Oh,
we,
that was the
we
poop map.
cut it off. Governor Cox had done something about, hey, like, you're not paying us enough for what we're giving to you.
Yeah.
And was like, no. I think, you could correct me if I'm wrong, so.
But this is my opinion about the entire no water thing, is that the people in Utah Valley, the leaders of Utah Valley, should put their foot down and be like, look, we can't expand anymore. We've hit our max. The resources in Utah are limited. We've hit our max water usage. Build other places.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing. Like, there's no reason. It makes no sense. Let's build more homes, but we don't have the resources to give water to those homes.
Or they need to build a bunch more reservoirs in the
Uh-huh.
mountains to collect
Let's start the
water.
reservoir programs
ready
back
for
up.
this? No,
Yeah.
reservoirs are so bad for the environment. Look
They
it up.
are, but they...
Reservoirs
you know,
are so bad for the environment. Dams are extremely bad for the environment.
All right, California. Gosh, chill out.
No, I'm just stating.
You're not wrong.
If
Anything,
you want
anything
to be,
we do does have an effect on the
If-
environment, for the
if-
good and for the worse.
if you
But-
dams, so out of the two, dams are more harmful to environments than reservoirs.
Well,
well,
'Cause
it
most
prevents
of our
fish from going
reservoirs-
up the stream
don't
and
those
stuff like
kind
that
of come
too.
together, though?
No, because most of our reservoirs, you realize most of our lakes here are reservoirs, man-made lakes.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but they normally have a dam or a levee that they built
And
to make
so,
it in the first place.
yeah, but I'm saying like the Hoover Dam, and
No,
like
well, the
other
Hoover
those huge big
the
dams.
mega dams.
The consequences. There's a difference between a small dam and like a big dam. The consequences, like Lake Powell, what that did to the environment down there,
Wiped
is
out massive areas of
Massive
what
areas.
was normally where critters lived and turned it into where fish live.
yeah,
Well, and then
and
also
they ruined a
love-
ton of history as well.
all those artifacts and those Indian,
Just gone.
yeah.
Either gone or they're underwater and no pulp.
No, they're gone by now. Those petroglyphs have eroded by now.
Probably.
Maybe, or they're covered in so much mud that in
You know,
2 billion
hope
years
so.
from now.
Hope so. But yeah, I think that Utah just should say put a pause on
Yeah.
building homes unless it's an area that can sustain the water usage.
Stop disrupting the rivers that flow to the lake.
That's the other thing.
And
We keep
let it-
frickin' diverting water through pipelines. Which I'm a pipe layer. I want pipelines to be built. But it's like, to a certain degree, though, we can only do so much. We should just stop building and start maintaining.
We saw Utah Lake DNR's doing a drawing this year. You get a prize if you kill the most carp in Utah
Oh,
Lake
yeah.
this
Oh,
year.
really?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
You should go sign up for it. Yeah, you get a prize.
Anybody got dynamite?
It's ready to go. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm
Dude, we're on like
kidding.
the
I'm
last
not
profile.
advocating
Tell him
for
1
any
second.
illegal
We're on the
activity.
last
I'm
one.
not.
Hey,
What?
he's got to go, so let's hurry up and just blow through these.
All right, what's that next one? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep. We've
This-
talked about that before.
The
Some
whole,
more
the
about
whole
it.
gas tax, there's some agreement with Idaho, which is bullcrap, because
Yeah.
we should just charge the crap out of them for taking up our fuel.
Well,
Part of me
they
says-
challenged us to try doing that because they were going to start cutting off the water that comes to us from them if we did that.
It's one of those wars.
Hey, just slightly going back to the last topic. I
Here's
find it
the
a little
problem.
ironic that
Here it
Utah
is.
announced that they're doing that they're seeding clouds to increase water precipitation,
And it hasn't
and this
snowed?
has been the driest winter that Utah's had in years.
We are
anyway.
the number one
Ready
investor.
for this?
We are
Ready
the number
for
one
this?
investor.
We've
in
pumped so
water
much chemicals
modification.
into the atmosphere that it's now just inert. And just wait for when Mother Nature, because Mother Nature
Comes back
always
with a
comes
vengeance.
back.
With vengeance.
Yep.
We're going to
Watch.
flood so bad in all these homes, our neighborhoods,
Could easily get wiped
just
out.
Well,
going back into
The point in the
Utah
mountain,
Lake.
all those homes are on that freaking gravel pit. They're all just going to
They're
get
just
slide
going to
right
just slide
off.
down.
So here's the thing.
And then the earthquake will happen right after that.
I'll be in my
Guys,
house like,
What's
hey!
happening? Hey, hold on. What's happening with this agreement between Utah and Texas could even actually
Idaho,
technically,
not Texas.
sorry, Idaho and Utah, could actually end up being illegal.
Hey, did
A
you...
lot of people don't realize we can't make an agreement with another state. There's just
I
an
got a bone to
individual
pick with this
state
kid real
without
Oh, boy.
frickin' Congress themselves getting involved and approving of the agreement, because we can't make an agreement with a state that favors one state over another. And we're making this tax change on getting rid of taxes at the pump and moving it to the refinery.
Nope, they're not going to do the refinery.
But that's
as
it.
much.
They're not doing that. But it's like, are we affecting more than one state? And if that's applying differently with different states, we can't do that unless Congress gets involved.
It's
Hey,
going to come out of the
what's-
Utah
So
budget.
you were supposed
Right.
to send us more news about the freaking canal from freaking the Gulf of Mexico
So
to
what?
Nevada,
Oh.
or from LA.
I
Don't
dug
you
it.
remember
I
that
dug
article?
into so I dug more into
We're
it.
going to build a freaking canal into
Oh,
the middle of
Yeah,
Nevada.
I dug more into it. I forgot
okay.
to send you the stuff that I found. It was talked about, and apparently they've canceled the idea,
Lame!
and now it's a pipe dream.
It would have been hilarious.
I think it would have been the coolest
It
thing
would
in
have
the
been
world.
hilarious.
Yeah. Just,
Okay, as we just
Yeah.
talked about destroying the environment, that would have had untold consequences. That would have been so bad. We would have changed the ocean permanently because we were like, we're going to take the ocean to the middle of the
We're
desert.
going to take the ocean to Nevada.
Here's the thing.
yeah.
Nevada used to be covered in water,
Oh,
too.
a lot of us
So-
used to. Every
so,
state used to
it
watch
would've
Nevada.
just
Nevada
gone
would
back-
actually get rain for once.
Yeah. They'd turn green again.
All right.
All
Let's
right,
hit
next
that
church
article.
news.
Yeah, and then I
Real
gotta
quick.
go. So.
Yeah, I know.
Next
money is coming from budget, and it's only a short-term solution.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have a
Who's this?
surplus in Utah.
Yeah.
I don't know why they
Oh,
always freak out
I
about
read
taxes.
about this one.
So
The abuse video that came out. The
I
church
can't
was
remember the
swift.
guy's name. He's a real idiot. He was
He's
a
a
former
piece of work.
bishop.
Yep.
Made some serious claims against the church. I guess he didn't think the church actually kept receipts, because now the church, quite some time afterwards, is now actually coming out and they're dumping documents.
Did you see this one?
Where
I have
they're
not seen this.
releasing
So he
documents.
pretty much said that the church just sweeps abuse stuff underneath the rug, and the church came out and said, "Ha ha! Here's all the documents."
The church is like literally a record holding.
Yeah.
So the guy's
They
name is
came
right
out
there.
Like
Yeah.
Guy's name's right there, Mr. Euler there.
Yep.
Oiler.
Oh,
It sounds
Euler.
like it's a great,
Yeah.
real
He used to
slippery
be
guy.
a bishop, and he made claims like, I gave gay couples temple recommends and stuff.
Bullcrap.
And,
And if
that,
you did, then
that actually
it's on
was
his head.
disproven. And
Yeah,
he
it's on
didn't
his
just
head
go
if he
around
did.
and do that. But then on top of that,
The church's response was super funny, dude. They
Hey,
came out and was
I'm
like,
just gonna say, I'm so glad that we now have a prophet that was a former judge.
I know.
Not just any judge,
Chief
a chief
Justice
justice.
of
Have
the
you seen
Utah
how there's
State
a couple
Supreme
of these
Court, who
anti-Mormon
turned-
podcasters who are now
Hey,
receiving lawsuits
he
from the church?
turned down a nomination to the
For the
United
Supreme,
States
yeah.
Supreme Court
To
to
become
become
an
the
apostle.
apostle.
Yeah, so I just think it's crazy that we got this. He's up there. He's probably like, okay, now let's bring the guns out.
He's
'Cause
dropping lawsuits.
I've
Like
seen-
Santa's dropping gifts
yeah,
off.
on
I've seen
the
3
anti-
podcasters
on
are now being
anti-LDS.
sued.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they're
They're
lying.
slandering.
They're so.
They are.
Uh-huh.
They are
Who is
actually
it? Who's
committing
the
slander.
three? Who's the three?
Who's the three?
I don't know them by
Is it
name.
the
I-
but
girl?
that one chick, that one dude
that
who.
Alyssa chick?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but
She's
they're
so
all being
stupid.
sued for slander,
Mhm.
and
And then
you know,
Book of Mormon Stories,
'Cause
that
they're-
guy.
yeah, that's
Oh.
the one I'm thinking of right now.
Good, because he's such an idiot, dude.
He is an
yeah.
idiot.
But anyway, but just real quick, I just think it's funny
Okay,
that
last
people
episode,
think they can
real
do
quick.
this to the church, and the church literally has receipts on everything,
Yeah.
going
That's
back
what
to
it
like
said.
the day of Adam and Eve.
Well, what's funny?
Like,
What's funny is the church always talks about how important record keeping is, and they practice it. And then
look
this
at it
Bo
right
guy
here.
acts like
it
they weren't
literally
keeping
is
receipts.
like all recorded. If you call the church for abuse, they record it.
They
report it.
And there's only certain things they delete, but they
What do you
keep
think is
copies.
like?
here's the
What
thing.
do people think is inside the Granite Mountain? Just a bunch of cans of old food that's been in there for the past 60
You want to
years.
know what I think
Probably
is in
some
it?
of that too.
It's probably it's probably some military vehicles, but also no.
Do you know
it's
what
records.
you want to
There's
know
a
what
few
my
tanks.
thing is?
Yeah. What
We
is it?
fight stuff about the Book of Mormon. I'm
Well,
like a
I would
firm
not
believer.
subscribe.
I'm like a firm believer.
Okay, so
Okay,
the-
last article.
for security. Hold on.
He has to go.
For security,
My ride
for the
is ready
prophets
to-
and
His ride
apostles.
has to go. Go.
Church
I
of
guess
Christ
we'll
donates
finish
boost
that.
newborns care. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Hey, we're practicing
Saving
what we
stuff?
preach, saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
go have kids. Here's an
You can go,
here's
dude,
an
we'll
ultrasound."
cover
You
up.
can get out of
The
here.
one thing I really wish the church's hands weren't so tied when it comes to this kind of stuff, because like they used to have the church adoption program. Like my wife was adopted.
That's how I was adopted.
Yeah, that's how my wife was adopted. But
LDS
as soon as the
Family
government was
Services.
like, you have to let couples, gay couples and stuff like that, adopt, the church had to stop doing it. And then it's you see things like that, you're like, at least the church still does. It's also why we don't have a medical program at BYU.
Russia-
they were in talks of doing it.
Putin did something
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they're actually working on that now. BYU may be getting a medical system.
You'll have a great night. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Go
Dallon's
home.
got to
See
get
you
out of
already.
here. Hey, Dallon, what's your channel on Instagram? You've been doing stuff on
Shining Witnesses.
Shining Witnesses
So-
on Instagram. Check him out. He
Yeah.
does videos, interviews with members of the church
Just
and their stories.
Being their stories about how they
The
joined
real-
the church or why they're staying in the church.
He is the real Mormon stories, not the fake Mormon stories. It's anti-LDS. He's the real Mormon stories. So you
He
want real
tells legit
LDS stories about
stories.
people's experiences in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Go check out
See you, dude.
Shining Witnesses. We'll see you, man. You have a good night.
If you want to come over tomorrow, let me know.
Yeah.
But that's something that apparently Putin did in Russia. He is not letting transsexual or gay couples adopt kids. They
I
have a bunch of
can't, I
kids
can't
they're
say
saying
what I
they have
want to
be-
say
About what?
about Russia over online.
I know. I'm just saying at least
I'll tell
they're
you
trying to keep
after
it.
we're off air.
He's being more careful than he probably has to be, but I don't blame him. So don't judge
No,
him.
no,
Okay, judge him really heavily because it's just funny.
no. I have some very controversial things to say, and it will piss off a lot of people.
Well,
I know Russia's iffy.
I hate Russia,
but-
but I don't hate Russia because they do some good things like that.
Well, I think that's what it is. I think Putin did.
What is it?
just McDonald's has Pokemon stuff.
Oh my gosh. That's what you're excited about all of a sudden. Alright, well,
Let's see.
Putin adoption change in November 23rd, 2024. Russian President Vladimir Putin signed into law a significant expansion of adoption restrictions, banning
Okay.
citizens from countries that allow legal
I don't want to
gender
rush this,
transition. That's awesome.
but I gotta pee
Dude, get out of here.
like really bad, so I can't because I got to do the quote.
Well, there's some bottles.
No, I ain't peeing on camera.
Under the table.
We're not in the woods, bro.
No, we're not gay. We can't get away with that kind of crap on camera.
I don't know.
All right, let's go ahead and hit up that quote.
What is
We
this
will get out
church
of
last church article? Real quick, I would like
That
to
was
go
it.
back.
That was
no, who? Bangkok.
here. Yeah, that's in Bangkok is where they dropped that ultrasound machine at.
Yeah, Thailand.
Who's the church suing? I'm curious. I'm gonna look that up afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm really
they're
happy.
suing a few people. That's fantabulous. So let's go ahead and get to your quote.
Dude, why do I have like?
Why do you not already have it up? You're saying you need to go take a piss.
Just chill the freaking hell out, okay?
Judge him
Let's
heavily. Judge him very
see.
heavily.
2:56, dude. I was up till 2:30 last night.
You can just wet yourself. There's always that option. I don't want to have to clean it up though, so you'll be cleaning it up.